when can kids start? Like when should parents make it fun? Like do some push-ups with me, do some pull-ups. When is it okay for kids to start? And could we be setting up kids or young adults for better success in life if we give them a memory of the muscles, if it's possible?
It's absolutely possible. And you did what I would suggest anybody doing. You say that you started later, but you started at a time where you still had a ton of potential and you were still growing. And that is why you're able to maintain the physique that you have. And you're still very active to this day and continue to be active. When I wrote my book, that was the most surprising aspect of the book. And I have a section on children. The common thinking is that children shouldn't train and that children should not train with weights. There's actually no evidence to support that. And in fact, the guideline recommendation is to include some kind of resistance training. And it can be at any age. My 2.5-year-old lifts little weights. And again, Leonidas is not doing a 1 rep max deadlift, but we are so concerned about all this other stuff, childhood obesity and being in front of the iPad, but it seems as if the overarching conversation that mirrors that is this idea of, well, don't start too early exercising. Those kids should not start early training. And that actually is totally untrue. And in fact, it's recommended that they do have structured activity as early as possible.
And it's just, my sister has a room in her house that's kind of just a playroom. And so they have a soft floor and they have cushions that come with this gym, but it's just monkey bars and a few ropes and they swing on it and they climb this little net. And I just think like, that's so cool that they're using body weight to move. And I really hope that it's going to help them. But I think that they're doing weightlifting without knowing it because kids just want to play. I guess it's the beauty of playgrounds. The cool thing about the indoor playground is they can use it all year round. You can help set your children up for success by encouraging them to do some sort of resistance training as early in life as they're interested in doing it. If they see you doing it, they can do it with you. And for me, again, it's a very interesting thing that I wonder about. Like, I don't think anybody pushed me to do it. I just wanted to look better. And so I went to this local gym. Later in life, if you didn't lift weights in your teenage years, can we also pattern muscle and give the muscle some sort of memory? Because ultimately, like we're talking about, what we want is to have a healthy amount of skeletal muscle. And that's a relative term, but most people are probably under muscled. That's to borrow your term. And so do you think that for most people, especially if they're under muscled, like this resistance training is really a requirement? You need to really give your muscles that signal. And that can improve, like we said, immune system, brain function, and also metabolism, which helps people lose weight.
It's a non-negotiable. And I was looking at some of the data, and these are 89-year-old individuals able to still gain strength and mass.
Wow.
Which is incredible. That is how plastic this tissue is. One of the other things that happens if you are sedentary is the tissue that you want your skeletal muscle to be like is a fillet. And over time, again, I'm a geriatrician by training. And when you look at images, whether it's CT or MRI, you can see fat infiltrate into the tissue over time. That, depending on where you are in that continuum, can be changed. You can reverse it. There are things that you can do. And again, it's never too late. You do need to do some resistance training. Will cardiovascular activity help in some regard? It will, but really, it's not just about the health of the mitochondria. It really is about hypertrophy and strength. Both of those things become critical. And the more muscle you have, the more healthy muscle you have, the more mitochondria that you have.